What's up guys, Dark Dally here, and now I am doing the second part for my viewer special that I'm doing today to fulfill some viewer requests and questions. And one of them was, how exactly is the alarm system designed for this settlement? Now, I showed this alarm system in a previous video, and it's the way it works. If you didn't see, before, there's 3 doors that it closes. There's this rear entrance to the settlement, then there's a front door over there, and it also controls the door to my generator and crops right here. Each of these 3 doors does have their own switch right here, and there, and so on. Those 3 switches are also controlled by this master switch. Hitting this master switch shuts all 3 doors, and the alarm system function of it is the raid siren here. So if the settlers set this off in the occasion of an attack, then that will trigger the main switch, which shuts down everything for me automatically if I for whatever reason am not here or cannot make it back here. So I have a setup right here where I will reconstruct it and show how it goes together piece by piece and exactly how it is designed. If you want to make an alarm system for your own settlement, like the one I have, a lot of people have a setup like this is how you build it. Now these pieces are just set up here so that I can show you. This is just a demonstration. Obviously, it requires a lot of wires to be run around your settlement, because you want to have this independent of your settlement supply. Like this right here is the alarm system. Any power that goes to the rest of the settlement runs off from the generator on a separate thing. So let's just say that wire is the actual power supply for the settlement and has to go everywhere, and then the wiring I'm going to do here is a completely separate thing. So it can cause a lot of extra wires in your settlement, but that's really not an issue. So here's how it's going to work. Here's the raid siren. This would be placed anywhere. So the first thing is it's going to need power. Let's give it power. So now you can click this on, and it sets off the siren. Or if an attack occurs on your settlement, then the settlers will set it off for you. So we have that wired, and so we'll just leave that wired, and it works even though it's not hooked to anything else for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and power up these doors so that we can move in and out of our settlement and whatnot. So that wire, just from the generator, go ahead and run it, to this main switch. Now this main switch is going to go to these other switches. Let's grab us a pylon. I have some extra parts here in case I needed them. Let's grab another one. Pretend this door is on the other side of our imaginary settlement. I'll show you how this is wired up. Get this wired up, and this, there we go. So what we got here is, this is the main switch, and it comes, it gets power basically from the generator, let's say. And with this setup, you have, why is it, oh, okay, it looks like I'm exceeding the 3 power that generator puts out. I was just looking at that door and I was like, the switch is on, why is it not working? Let's get us some more juice going through here. Yes, definitely make sure you have enough power to power your settlement. Oh, this one, oh, because I'm running immersive gameplay on this save, it only puts out 2 power. Okay, so we'll just hop that up. There we go. So where was I? Okay, so this switch here, because this switch, then goes to this switch, which goes to the door. That means you can open and close this door with this switch, and the same with that door. And it also means that this switch here is a master switch that shuts both, because this switch, is before both of those in the circuit. So we have a functioning master switch for all the doors in our settlement that we want on lockdown. And it's good because, if you want to run the wires around the settlement, then you can just put this in a convenient, central location, and remotely shut down your entire place. Now, we want to wire the siren to it so this goes off automatically. And here's how we want to do that. Let's get one of these conduits. Just keep the wires out of the way. And so, let's take away our power. We're going to rerun it. We're going to run it through this Xor Logic Gate. Now, if you're not familiar with an Xor Logic Gate, what it does is, it's the last logic gate on the list. And it puts out 1 power if it's receiving exactly 1 power. So we're going to run 2 wires into the red terminal. The black terminal goes to this switch. So, if of the 2 wires in the red terminal, if one, as long as one and only one of those wires is providing power, then this will provide power to the switch. Let me show you. It's from the generator to it. Okay, see, it's receiving exactly 1 power, so it's putting out power. So this allows our settlement to function normally. We can open and close these doors just like I was just doing. Now, our raid siren here is powered. Let's run it over there as well. Okay, notice everything still works and functions normally because this Xor Logic Gate is receiving only 1 power. It's receiving 1 power signal from the generator. The raid siren is not currently activated, so it's not putting out any power, so everything functions normal. Now, if we were to set off the raid siren, now this gate is receiving 2 power, and so it cuts power. It's receiving 2, so it cuts it, because it's, it doesn't have its exact thing. And so, as you can see, what that does is, turn that back off. When the siren comes on, yeah, I know it's still going. It makes the sound until that sound cycle is done, but it did count as off. So when this is turned back off, it unlocks the settlement. I hope I explained that clearly. I really do hope I did. It's a fairly simple matter, really. It's just this logic gate simply says, okay, we're receiving power from the generator. Okay, allow the doors to work. Oh, we're receiving power from the siren. Okay, do not allow the doors to work. Shut them all down. And then they won't work. They won't open or close. This is a simple setup. Now, there's ways to make it so that you could open them even with a siren going on. That would require much more complicated stuff. This is a simple alarm system. So, I hope that all made sense, and I hope, some of you find that useful. That is the simple alarm system you can set up in your settlement, and I use it in several of my settlements. Well, it's pretty darn good. So, let's move on to the next viewer request that I would like to fulfill today. Okay, so here we are on a different character of mine. At this manor, I was building a sanctuary. You may have seen some videos where I was showing this building, and one of the viewers asked how, and this is actually a very astute question, no, I can't believe no one else noticed it, how did I get this concrete pillar in the middle of these? See, notice how there's these 2 concrete walls here, and it's snapped in between them. Now, a lot of people probably didn't think much about it because you can use mods, and do that any way you want. Like, say for instance, you could use the Swappa mod, and I have a tutorial on how to use this mod. If you don't know, you could use Swappa to do it like so. Let's do this real quick. Where you would pick this up, and there it is. Hit these like so, and then you could place this anywhere you want, so you could do it like this, but as it happens, let's move this away, that actually is snapped there. It actually is snapped in place between those. And it's the stupidest, most simple little trick. It's something that a lot of people may not know. Now, you know that these snap onto the concrete walls. Like so. That's how they work. They snap to the walls, like so, at regular intervals, at concrete wall width intervals. What people may not know is if you snap them to the top of a concrete wall, they don't snap like that. They do snap, but they snap in the middle of the wall, like that. for some odd reason, I can't say why, but if you take these, let's go one over. See, they don't place, they still place in concrete wall with increments, but not on the same even markers. I don't know why, but they place offset. And so quite simply, it's kind of a silly thing, but that's how I did it. And it can create a cool look for, you know, a lot of things you'd want to do. Now, you know, I showed you can do it with Swappa, you know, or place anywhere if you're on the Xbox One or PC. Lots of ways you can get that pillar there. But I think stuff always works better when it's snapped, because you can continue to snap off of it and everything will stay in alignment. You know, it's perfectly placed, and really it's easier if, you know, something will snap the way you want it to go. Then I say snap it the way you want it to go. You know, I use mods like the Place Anywhere mod or whatever when stuff won't go the way I want. And so that's how that's done. It's very simple. It's kind of stupid, actually, how easy that is. I don't know why, but for some reason they do snap differently when you put them on top of a wall. All right, I think that was it for the main questions I wanted to address that I got this week. I think those four: the Bulletproof Greenhouse, which is also right here, the alarm system, the tour of the Junkyard Fortress, and of course, putting pillars in between walls. If you'd ever want to use that for any reason, they do snap. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. It's been a pleasure. My name is Dark Dally. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this coming all the time. I will catch you guys next time.